normal participation. Very good. As cultistas.
So, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm now at the in the holding pen here at the 312. The video you've all been waiting for. Certainly the one I've been looking forward to. I've not had the best preparation, so we'll see what happens today. Not going into huge expectations about being particularly quick, but just want to kind of bring to you the best footage and the best kind of experience, or you know, just bring you along to the journey basically. But it's filling up. I'm in the green holding pen, which is part of the sponsors one, which means that I do get off a little bit quicker than the main lot, so I'm hoping I can get out early and get ahead of like the main kind of chaos that comes with an event like this. But I mean, it's still pretty busy over here, but yeah, I'm excited. Had a big breakfast, had a small bowel move. Yeah, it's properly raining here. Okay, so just about to go over the top of the Formentor. Feeling good. The legs haven't given me any trouble, which is a good sign. Normally if I make it this far, it means I'm good to go. Mountain up there. an hour and a half into the event, just about to reach 40 kilometers, just gone past the Repsol garage between there and Sa Calobra. Gilet's off. Yeah, things are okay. I don't know whether it's just because I'm towards the front where I was in the better pen, but generally everyone on the road seems pretty capable. A lot of club riders, so you know, everyone's got good etiquette and it's, yeah, all going smoothly. So that's the first feed station at Goldblau. So that basically means we're 50k in. Been going just under 2 hours, so 26.2k an hour average speed, which is pretty good. Getting nicely carried along by the draft of all these guys around me. But yeah, feeling good. I'm now starting to enjoy it. I won't bore you too much about my sob story with the legs, but it was touch and go whether I'd do it today. So I think we're good. So I've had all this time off the bike, so I'm actually pretty fresh. Probably lost a bit at the top end, but considering it's going to be an endurance effort, I think I'm in a good place for this, so come on. Vibes have dipped to maybe the lowest point of the day. I'm just in survival mode at this point, to be honest. I'm fucked. Okay, 55k down, 2 hours 10 minutes, getting towards the top of Bridge Major, so got the descent coming up. Having to remind myself that just because my legs are turning over doesn't mean I need to be doing 280 watts. So just trying to stick to what I planned to do, which was generally keep it under 250 on the climbs, maybe even a bit less on some of the longer ones. But I'm having fun. Look at all these people having fun too.
al tràfic i no se s'han passat. Què?
Okay, so heading up from Sawyer towards Daya now, up the climb, whose name I can never remember. Look how atmospheric it is around here. I think someone's had a bonfire, so I mean, it's not great for everyone's lungs, but it does give everything a kind of mystical air. Anyway, so I feel ashamed to have got this far without doing the all-important vibe check. And I'd say vibes are pretty high, boys and girls. Obviously, I was very nervous about this and, you know, a bit worried. So great to be up and running. Survived the fast and furious descent of Puig Major. I expect that's the fastest I've ever done it. A little bit scary, weaving in and out of other people who, I mean, I'm not saying I know everything, but, you know, people not holding their line, cutting in across the corners. So the line that you pick is just basically the best that you can kind of make based upon other people's body language and where it looks like they're going to go. But I said it earlier that I think I'm kind of towards the front with some of the, more experienced riders. So yeah, I've not seen any incidents whatsoever. Generally people are riding well, so all good. Average speed 28k an hour, not too shabby. So I think we're on for a good time. I mean, it's early days. Done 70k, so barely, what's that? Not even a quarter of the way.
Where the sun beats down like a cattle brand. No sign of water, but you quench my thirst. You're the only one living, and still you burn. You're a sight to see, so fierce, so free, such a mystery. Keep going your way, don't ever change.
Just been through the second feed zone, which was very gratefully received. Got plenty of food, but my water supplies were low and just had a gel that was quite intense, so I was kind of glad to have some water to wash it down. 50 grams of carbs in there, so done a lot of good, but ooh. Yeah, good, thank you.
Oh, we're worried we miss you.
I'll swap these over.
Can take a picture of a bib number, we can follow you then.
Yes, as well.
Yeah, take that off.
Okay.
Everyone else, bars.
Thank you very much for that.
You've got gels in here if you want them.
Very much.
Sorry, you think he's been nice.
Look for you then.
Good luck, take care, you're
All
doing
right,
fine.
cheers. See you later.
We'll give you a cheer off if you want.
Perfect.
Careful now, careful.
Okay, heading up the Calden Claret now, getting towards where there's going to be the split for the people doing the 167. Just see my support crew. I hear David's smashing it in the 167 right near the front, as you'd expect from a racing snake like him. So quick vibe check. I think we're about an 8, feeling good. The minor nausea from the gel's kind of gone. I've had a banana, a bit of proper food. I'll probably stick to that for the most part from now on. I mean, I'll maybe have a gel a bit later. Might just be the flavour I didn't quite enjoy, but it was salted caramel. I'm normally a bit of a salted caramel boy, but it was intense. Anyway, ta-ta for now. Okay, so just gone through Banyal the Far, 107k done, so over a third of the way. Just about to get to 4 hours elapsed time, actually moving time, 27k an hour average speed, and nearly 2,000 meters climbing done. So that's the hilliest part of the course done. I mean, there's clearly thousands of meters still left to do, but it's feeling good. Vibes are still high, maybe a 7 or an 8. All very happy. Okay, so heading up the Col de Sugramola now. Fresh tarmac, and I was lucky enough to treat myself. Right, just treat myself. Some new tyres, so first time out with these, so I've got fresh tyres, fresh tarmac. Couldn't be a better combination. Oh, and I'd maybe have dipped slightly. A 6, 5. It's my first time out in like 2 weeks. Maybe feeling it a bit. Okay, we're 5 hours in, 133k, 2,500 meters climbing done. Just now between Andratx and heading over towards Calvia. Vibes are still at around 5. There's some rather mean looking clouds above as well. I'm hoping they're not going to play any part in today's proceedings. Had enough rain this morning, but I just need to find a group that is around my pace. I keep seeing groups of people go past and I sit on the back, but they're maybe going just a little bit too quick for me. So yeah, I just need to find somewhere I can sit. Looking forward to getting some flat sections so I can get some easy kilometres, because it's hard going today. I'm stopping properly for the first time. Got myself a can of Coke, got some more gels. I think I just need to have a bit of a reset. I don't want to kind of go too hard, blow up. So yeah, have this Coke and have a wee and get back out there. Having a good time though. Can you tell? Okay, back on the road. I think that was needed. I was only there a few minutes, but already feel a bit better for a can of Coke. Just got Galilea coming up next, and then over to Esgrau, and then that's the majority of the climbing done, which will be, to be honest, be glad to see the back of it. Pretty much at the top of Galilea now. I'm just doing my own pace. I've barely been cracking 200 watts on this. I think if I'm going to get to the end of the 3-1-2, I just need to, take it easy. I think in terms of the number of people that have overtaken me versus me, them, I think it's probably about 100 to 1 on this time. But hey ho, we'll get there. Right, I'm going to take it nice and sensible on this descent. This is the descent I crashed on in 2022. Shocking. Okay, I've stopped again. It's time for a sandwich and another can of Coke. Not getting on with the gels. Need some proper food. So, yeah. Shout out to Richard there. Guy from Leeds, lives in the Lake District. Kind of helped me up over at Esbrow there, just having a bit of conversation. I've not really spoken to anyone today, so yeah, wasn't feeling great. And then a bit of conversation kind of distracts you and kind of gave me a bit of, you know, I'm not going to call it a second wind, far from it, but just helped me get over the top. Where are we now? So we're just outside of Sporles. I don't know exactly, my bike's on the floor. I think we're about 100 miles down now, maybe a little bit more. So kind of halfway, the majority of the climbing is now done. So just can't wait to get onto some fast roads and see those kilometers tick away. I'm not built for the hills. We're on the flats, that's where I'll have the second wind. I'll be bossing it, just you wait. Okay, so I'm now sat on the floor. I won't be here forever, but it's quite nice. I might go curl up in that bush there. A bit cold. In Alaro now. Stop to give you a quick vibe check. Probably a 5. I don't think we're going to go much above that for the rest of the day, but things have improved. Glad to be now on rolling or flat roads. Definitely picked up the pace. 185k down, 7 hours done, 3,300 meters. So, I mean, we're well over halfway. So that's all good. Power bank's now dead, Insta360's now dead, so GoPro's now on the front. Plenty of battery life on the iPhone, so, you know, the video doesn't end here. Heading up Col de Toffler now. 187k done, which makes it only a measly 120 or so left to go. Piece of cake, really. I don't know what the fuss is about. down again, this time in your setup. I've got a ham sandwich, I've got an Aquarius, and quick vibe check. The ups and downs, the rub and tug of life and competing in these events. I'm feeling better. It's like, as I said not too long ago, over 100k still to do, but you know, we're getting there. And I don't know what I'm saying to you. Met another follower of the channel. I think I'm up to 4 now. So this one came with a selfie, so shout out to whoever you are. I didn't catch your name, but nice to meet you. I've not got anything else to report. This is much better though. Top tip, have a fucking ham sandwich. Not spoken to you for a while. Just stopped a little piddly widdly. Where are we now? We're at 218k, so almost at the turn off for people doing the 225. I was tempted earlier to do this shorter distance, but you know, I think we're doing all right. So full distance it is. Hope it doesn't rain. Look at them flying by. Yeah, it's much quicker now, so hopefully only 2.5 hours more, maybe a bit optimistic, but yeah. Okay, vibes are way back down now. This last bit is just so shit. It's proper windy. It's so important that you're in a group. Otherwise you're just eating wind. I keep getting caught behind people who are losing the wheel, and then you're just like, you're nowhere. You gotta start again, wait for another group to come back, come past. But often they're going at such a clip. You've really got to get up to speed to join back on. 232k, so 80 more. Can't wait for it to end. This sucks. Vibes have dipped to maybe the lowest point of the day. I want to see the gap between the feed station at your setter and the next one. It's too far. There's so many feed stations earlier in the course, but over this way they're ages, and I need water. I put one of these wanky gels, sorry, I just don't get on with it. I put one in my water to see whether that would help me get it down, but it's just made my water taste like shit. Like 70k to go. Okay, we're in Petra. I got some pasta, if you can call it that. Not sure what sicko made this, but at the moment, I'll take it. Vibes are like, vibes were at like a 2. So I'd say we're going back up. Maybe we're at a 4 now. Got rid of that crappy stuff. Got water. Got a can of Coke. Got some crappy pasta. I'm just in survival mode at this point, to be honest. I'm not breaking any land speed records, that's for sure. Vibes are falling through the floor. Probably about a 2 out of 10. Can't be fucked with this anymore. Got 42k to go. Nearing Arta. Can't come soon enough. Need to get myself another can of Coke, some proper food. It's largely downhill from there. Shite. Hate it. Made it to Arta, another Cobra. vibes are like rock bottom. And this is definitely the hardest ride ever done. I'm fucked.